I'm Dan Galushin. Welcome to another edition of Shooting Plink. And today we're going to be talking about knives again. And I'm not going to be throwing anything. I'm still getting this arm healed up some, and I'm just kind of off and on with that. What I do want to talk to you about is carrying your knives. That can be a problem. Of course, a lot of them come in sheaths, and they'll come in a set of 3, and you'll have them all stuck in there, and you can take them one at a time. What if you got a whole lot of other knives? Well, what I've done, I kept thinking, what can I do? Because I've got my Lefux knives, which are my prize ones. I mean, those are the ones I really, really like. And of course, everybody knows I'm nuts about my little stork. And I'm going to be showing you some new Lefux knives here too, by the way. But first, I'm going to talk about a case. And I found this. I started thinking, I thought, I wonder if there's a case made. And I had my Plano box, and I had all the sheaths in there, and they were really weren't all that well organized. So I started looking online, and I found that there are what they have that chefs carry knives in from one place to the other. Gee, I wonder how that'd work, and and they must work pretty good because of the fact that those are really, really sharp. And your throwing knives shouldn't be, although your kunes are razor sharp most of the time. And I'll tell you what you do with this. So what I did is I found this. This is a Westlaco bag, and this particular one has all of my Lefux knives in it. You notice it's a little bit narrower, not quite as full, because I decided to get another one, and this one's much heavier. This one is full of all my other knives that I've got. Now, I'll show you the way this is set up, and I really, really like it. You got these straps here, and then you undo it here like this, and I've got my little Lefux cloth down here to wipe off the knives. And in this compartment, I've got my storks. And what I did with this one is, and it's stuck in there because it's Velcroed, I put the sheath, the actual sheath that I would have with my 3 storks, my Lefux storks. So, stick that back in there. What did I do with the rest of them? Inside of here, and I'll put this one down right now. And I'm going to show you what I do when you got a bunch of them too. There's a zipper compartment. It goes all the way around like this. Now, you got this, as you can see, and I put this extra sheet in here besides. Take it out, show you here. There's areas all the way along here where you can put your knives. So I've got my Lefux knives in here, and while I got them here, I'll show you some of the new ones. Now, you know how I like the stork? Well, this is a big stork. A lot bigger. This is the larger version of it, and I really haven't thrown it that much due to the fact that this arm is still healing. And so I'm anxious to get this thing. This is for a longer distance, and I'm not that big on big knives, as you know. But one of the things you want to do when you put these in here, put them handle first in like this, and they just slide right into that groove. Now here's one that I really, really like. It still hasn't taken over my little stork. No, my little stork is my favorite. But this is called a frigate. See that? It's the right size for me, right weight. It's about, 8 ounces, something like that. Around a little around over 10 inches. And it throws great. I mean, half spin, full spin, no spin, the whole works, except that all my no spins now, and I'm going to be talking about that later, are being underhand. And when I underhand, and I'll show you with this other one when I do more so than I do in this one. And this one over here is called an inspector, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. But this one, to me, I don't know, maybe it don't to other people, but to me this thing looks like a miniature axe, like that. But when I throw it, I actually turn it this way and throw it. I mean, this is hurting just demonstrating right now. So I'm not going to do too much of that. But I use this little pattern. See that little pattern right on the bottom? I use that as my, for like at 10 feet, I'll put my thumb right onto that. And that's what I'll throw it overhand for a full spin. Now, again, we're not going to go into a lot of that. This is the inspector. This has got one of the sharpest, hardest points I've ever seen. I swear, it'll stick into anything. And I've stuck it into frozen cottonwood, and that's hard, I guarantee you. But with this one, and that's what I'll show you, the underhand throw that I do for no spin underhand, I will take this one, this particular one, each one's going to be different, and I'll use my thumb here, and I'll put it like this, and I'll underhand it, and I can't redo it here, but I'll underhand it kind of like a softball, but off to the side, and I'll release it going that way, and that's how I do to underhand them. Then as I move back a little bit further, that's at 7 feet, I'll do that. Move back to about 10 feet, and I'll come up to just where this is. I'll put my thumb up here and throw it. Just maybe a little bit further at 13 feet, 16 feet right now. I can't go back that far for anything. I've tried it, and too much for the arm. So anyway, that's the new Lefux, and hopefully someday I'll have this thing full of Lefux knives. But I've got a lot of good ones in there right now, and all you do is zip it back up. Now what we're going to talk about is what happens when you got a whole bunch of them like I got in the other one. Yeah, all you do is take this, yep, this side goes in like this, that one there, and then just click it shut. I didn't put that little padding in there, but I'll do that later, and we'll put this down. Now, the big one. This one's full of knives. Do the same thing. I mean, you can see how many you get in here. Look at this. All of these, if I can lift it up here, all of those right there, those are all kunes. And they're different types. And the reason that I put them up here is I put them in the sheaths because they are so sharp on the edges. And I'm not a big fan of them, but for the heck of it. And over here, I've got my Blackie Collins machete that I throw. And I keep that in the sheath too, and that fits into that little Velcro lot that you have perfectly. Now, as far as the other spots, and I've got a lot of 3 knife sets, but they will go in here. And we're going to unzip this, just like I did on the other one. And now, I'll show you the way I got them in here. You can see, they're all down in there. And I've got them three different ones. That's why this thing's so heavy. Well, for instance, here's cold steel. And this is the smaller cold steel, the 10-inch. And I got 4 of those. And I got them just inserted right in one of those little slots. They all go right in, no problem. Fits right in there. The thicker ones, such as these Gil Hibben knives, they're a heavy one. They go right into the slot. No problem at all. I got a lot of different ones here. Here's another one that's thick like that. These are no spin, very, very good for underhand, like I was talking about. And those work good. I got those out of Knife Country, USA, by the way. Same with these. Here's another one I got out of Knife Country, USA. Those aren't too bad in knives, I tell you the truth. I don't even know what they are. They're called right edge. That's what that one is anyway. Those work pretty good. But anyway, you can see what you got on a carrier like this, and it really works out great. Also showed you those new Lefux knives. So until next time, get out there and shoot safe and throw safe. And until next time, have a great day of plinking.